Welcome to day 9 of my Chicago Golf's Indoor Golf Challenge. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the video feedback you guys have been sending me, practicing in your living rooms. Keep it going. So the first few days, in the first part of the series, we've talked about the golf swing. We've talked about technique and checkpoints. Today I want to help you out. I want to help you troubleshoot. This video, day 9, is to help golfers not go to the right. That is the most common tendency that I see with golfers that come into my Chicago Golf. This is for right-handed players. This is when they set up to the ball, they have a target in front of them, and they make their swing, and then the ball curves off to the right or just goes straight right. There's a few reasons why this could happen, and I want to give you some drills and some checks to help you if you tend to hit it off to the right. So I'm also going to show you some tour video, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's discuss the reasons why a golfer might hit it to the right. The first thing I want to check, I want to make sure that you're hitting it in the middle of the club face. So what you could do is take foot powder. I just got some odor eaters right here, and I am spraying it on the club face. And what it does, it creates this powder and this kind of white surface that will leave a mark with where we hit it on the golf club. So I'm gonna hit this shot to the blanket. And then we could see a mark, all right? So I hit this one pretty good. We have it just toe side of center. And so I want to make sure that we're not hitting it off the tip of the golf club. So the first reason why golfers might hit it off to the right, they'll either hit it extremely off the tip of the club, the toe, and then it shoots off to the right, or they hit it off the inside part of the golf club, the hosel, the heel. That part's round and it shoots off to the right. So let's just make sure that we're hitting it in the middle of the face. I'll give you drills in future videos on how to help you find the middle of the face. But let's assume that we are making a mark on the face, but the ball is still going off to the right. What that means is that the club face is open or pointed to the right at impact. That's the only way the ball could go right if we're making a mark on the face. So, let's see. Pre-swing checks that will help us not hit it to the right. We want to make sure that we have a good left hand grip. We want that left thumb, instead of going right down the middle of the shaft, we want it just to the right of center. Again, similar to day 1. Let's get that left hand on top. When we have that left hand on top like this, it allows us to bring the golf club back nice and square where the club is still looking down at the ball. If I hold it where my left thumb is going right down the middle of the shaft, I can't physically do that. The face will start to open up and point off to the right. So that's the first check. With your trail hand, make sure that it's on the side to slightly underneath the golf club. And with our ball position, I want that ball underneath your left ear, so just forward of center right there. I also want to make sure that you're aligned. So players that hit it to the right, and they're hitting it on the face, sometimes they're just aiming that way on the golf course. They don't know how to check their ball position, and they don't know how to walk into the shot. So instead of going club, left foot, right foot, they won't have that routine. They'll do a practice swing, they'll look at the target, and then they'll put the club down, and sometimes they're just aiming off to the right. So let's make sure that we have a good grip and good ball position, all right? The other reason why golfers will hit it off to the right, they're not making enough body turn in the backswing. Body turn is your friend going back if you're hitting it off to the right. What it does, it gives you more time for the golf club to come back down. Okay? Gives you more time for the club to come back down and close like this. If you go back with your arms and then you're aggressive with your body coming down, it's going to be very difficult to close the face. So let's make sure that we're making a nice body turn going back. Another reason why somebody could hit it to the right, what they'll do, in transition, their head and their spine, everything will get out in front of the golf ball. So our golf swings that big circle around our body, right? And as that club is coming down, okay, the club face naturally closes. If I was holding the club up vertical like this and I just went flat around my body, there'll be a hinge, and then as the club comes down, square, and then it starts to close. But when we get out in front of it, the club is it's still open, and then we hit the ball goes right, and then it closes, but it's too late. We took our swing centers and went out in front of the golf ball, all right? The last reason why somebody might hit it off to the right, they could have good grip, good ball position, good turn, the head staying back. But if they open the club in transition, all right, or if they have this golf club go like this and start to open up, they could have this great swing, things are good, but the club face is pointed to the right at impact, and then the face stays open like this. Instead of actually having the club kind of come down and start to close in transition. So let's make sure that your pre-swing fundamentals are clean with grip, alignment, ball position, and then we'll just check that you're making a turn, staying behind the ball, and allowing the face to close in the downswing. So the swing we're going to look at today is no other than Oosthuizen, one of my favorite swings on tour. And the shot that we have here, it is 211 yards with water on the right. We do not want that ball to go over there. So this is a shot that would scare a lot of golfers. Long par 3, having to take a long iron. We got to make sure that this ball does not go to the right. And he just makes it look easy right here. If we look at this really good camera angle, and we could see the start line, beautiful start line right here, just going right down the line. So things that he's doing well, from this side view, he has good alignments. So we're gonna see his shoulders, his feet, his golf club. Everything's going towards a target. Nothing's pointed severely to the left or to the right. Okay. Nice square club face in the takeaway. This one's really big right here, guys. This frame right here, club is already starting to look down towards the ball. It's already starting to close. I can't tell you how many times I look at the club at this position and see that it's oftentimes pointed to the right, but you got a good golf club right there. Face is square. Let's look at it from the side view. Same shot. So then from this side view, we have ball position. If we look at it, boom, ball position right underneath that left ear, so that ball is not too far back in the stance. We've got this really good grip over here on the right. We can see the logo on the back of his glove. He is going to make a full turn going back, so as he makes his backswing, full shoulder turn. All right, and then again, here's the big thing. His head stays behind the ball. So as he comes down, we look at the ping logo on his hat, and head is behind the ball, which allows the golf club to close. And we can actually zoom in right in here. Boom, we got a square face, beautiful. And then because his head is behind the ball, the arms will extend, and then the hands start to turn over. So then right here at this point in the swing, we could actually see some of that glove, the right hand turning over the left. So these are the same elements that we need in your swing if you're hitting it to the right. So let's give you some drills you could do in your living room to help you not hit it to the right. The first thing I want you to do is get comfortable in your practice station. I want you to check that this alignment stick is pointed at the ball and is one club head width on the inside of your front foot. And then your feet shoulder width apart, so this ball is forward of center. Then what you could do as a drill, we can take the right foot, the trail foot, we could drop it back. So I'm dropping this back, and what it's doing, it's presetting my hips slightly closed. And I want you to make swings where you're going up to the top of your swing, and I want you making a big turn going back. So big turn. At the top of your swing, your head should be behind the golf ball like this. And then when we come down, I want you to come down and pause at the ball. I want to see that your head is behind the stick, that the club face is square to a degree closed. My weight is on the front foot. My weight is not on the back foot. So the drill would be set up, drop the right foot, make a full turn, bring the club back square or closed. You could actually, you could hit one like that. The other thing that I want you to do too, one of my favorites is the open right hand drill. So you take your normal grip, and then you open up your trail hand, you put it right on the side of the club. So when you go back, as you go back, that trail hand stays on top of the club. So at the top of the swing, it's almost as if my palm is facing you, facing the camera, facing away from me. That is a square to closed club face at the top of the swing. If I had my hand like this, looking at me, that's that open face. So, what I want you to practice, open the right hand, bring it back, have your palm face away from you. Now, this is the trick. When you come down, I want your trail hand to feel on top. I sometimes use the analogy of pretending we're holding the lid of a trash can and we're placing the lid on the trash can like this, compared to opening the club coming down and then having that club pointed off to the right. Put the lid on the trash can, and as you come down, cover, and let's exaggerate. Let's get a few of these going left. So if you check that you have good pre-swing fundamentals, do the right foot back drill to give you a nice full turn. If you stay behind and allow the club face to close, you will not hit it to the right. So definitely practice this, and I will see you tomorrow.